Welcome to a very special series of Caravan of Garbage, Star Wars themed. A trilogy of wondrous tales where we look into the past and uncover some garbage or something pretty good. A hidden gem perhaps, Mason.
Nah, probably not though.
This time though, maybe. Because have you ever heard of Star Wars Infinities?
No.
Let me tell you about it. It's a trilogy of comics from a few years back where they take the original saga of Star Wars and they change one element of it, so it's like a diverging timeline. Imagine the events of Star Wars, Mason. So like, you know, the big ship chases the small ship at the start. Death Star plans get stolen. An old man mentors a young man whose father he maimed and left in a fiery pit.
I love it.
All those kinds of things. And everything goes exactly the same as per usual, except at the point at the Death Star trench run.
Oh.
So Luke fires the proton torpedoes. They go in, they go to fly off, and everyone's like, yeah, we bloody did it. And there's the big dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. And then the Death Star doesn't explode.
Followed immediately by wah, 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 wah.
As they're narrowly escaping all the TIE fighters, Tarkin's like, just fire on that bloody rebel base, yeah, destroy that planet.
Oh yeah.
And
like we can still do.
Yeah,
everything's operational.
That's right. But the guy's like, but sir, we're not at full capacity or whatever. It's going to take a few minutes to kind of gear up. And he's like, nah, it's fine. So they fire into the planet. They don't destroy the whole planet, but they like tear up the base, giving the rebels a chance to escape.
Ooh.
And as they're escaping, they blow up the planet for real. They capture all of the Rebel Alliance, including Princess Leia.
Probably shouldn't have kept them all on the same planet.
Nah, probably not. Luke and Han are like, let's get out of here. Well, it's more Han.
Sure.
And Luke's like, yeah, I guess so. It turns out that Luke, you know, it's not his fault because he didn't miss. The torpedo malfunctioned in the tube, in the exhaust port, in the chimney. I think it's a chimney.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Chimney. It's pronounced chimney.
Sorry, yeah. They rendezvous on the Millennium Falcon. And Han's like, geez, bloody hell, that was rough. But, you know, we gave it a shot. Hey, do you want to run away together forever? Because we have to now. Mm-hmm. And Luke's like, how dare you? You're supposed to be a hero, you son of a bitch. And he pulls a lightsaber on Han, right? And Ben Kenobi's ghost steps in and he's like, whoa, come on.
No, do the voice.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Come on.
cool it, guys. Take a chill pill.
He goes, listen, you need to go get bloody trained by Yoda because you're out of control, mate. You need to get yourself in check. And as he's telling him this, you see Han Solo like holster his blaster. Like he was going to shoot Luke. I love it.
Or Kenobi.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I don't think he can see him. So Han takes Luke to Dagobah and they run into Yoda and Yoda does his thing where he's like, oh. I've only got my voice.
Yeah, right.
Come into my hut and...
Once you're locked in, it's hard to get out of the one voice.
That's the way it goes. And he's like, you know, come and eat food with me and whatever, and I'll take you to Yoda eventually. And Luke's like, oh, this is frustrating. And Han's like, yeah, this is a con. So like he sees right through it immediately. He's like, this weird little Muppet man, that's Yoda. And you know, Yoda's kind of like, yeah, I had a whole thing going. Vader then takes Leia to the Emperor. I'm presuming the rest of the Rebel Alliance are killed. So they take him to the Emperor, and the Emperor's like, I've never had a pet. Why don't you bloody stay with us or whatever? Forever. She's like, you're a prick. And he's like, yeah. But so Vader gives 3PO back to her, and she's kind of like, oh, that's nice. And gives her Kenobi's lightsaber, because remember from he left it on the Death Star when he cut him cut him into.
He didn't leave it on the Death Star technically.
Well, it was his choice.
Was it?
You can't take it with you when you die, Mason.
That's so true.
Yeah.
So any murder weapons you have, use them while you can.
That's right.
Because when you're gone, who are you going to murder? Nobody.
So she uses that opportunity to kind of take a swing at Vader and kind of like showdown. He kind of like bats her away, but he's like, she's pretty bloody strong in the Force, you know. Maybe we could rule the galaxy together or whatever. He just plants the seed and he's like, I'm just going to leave that there. I'll come back. But you just give that some thought, yeah? Meanwhile, Luke's doing flips and shit in in Dagobah, in the swamp or whatever. And Han's like, you know, this is boring. So,
he's got nothing to do.
He doesn't.
He's got nobody to run about in a backpack.
He certainly does.
What if Luke is wearing the backpack and Yoda and Han are both in the backpack? He can become a more powerful Jedi than ever before.
I'd imagine so. That's some unconventional training. I think it would pay off. So Han's like, I'm leaving. I hate this. This place sucks. Looks like I'll come with you because there's things that I feel like, you know, I want to do or whatever.
Wait, did Luke have to pull the Millennium Falcon out of the swamp?
No, because Han's a good pilot.
See, that's missing an essential element of the test.
I'm sure it was originally in there, but you see other elements of the test as we kind of... Ben, Kenobi and Yoda convince Luke not to go, which is the opposite of what happens in bloody the Empire.
The real one.
The real one. The one that counts. Yeah, and then Luke does the cave trial. So he goes in there, Same thing. Yoda's like, don't take your weapons, and Luke's like, I will. And he does, and Vader appears, and they have that bloody showdown, and he decapitates him as he did last time. But when the mask explodes,
Yes.
it's not Luke Skywalker's face, it's Princess Leia's face. Smash cut Mason.
Whoa, or Star Wipe.
Star Wipe, sure. 5 years later.
Ooh.
The Imperials are celebrating 5 years of peace.
Oh, imagine an Imperial office party. Because you don't want to be at an office party anyway.
It would be the greyest cake, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly. But and also, if you don't find the right level of enjoying yourself, you're probably going to get forced
Yeah,
thrown
probably.
thrown into like a trash compactor or something.
Yeah. So, Leia's now an Imperial figurehead. So she's giving a speech. How she's like, I used to bloody be in the rebellion. They're all probably dead, but now I'm with the Empire, and that's great. We're all great, aren't we? And everyone's like, yeah, yep.
Yeah, we're great.
Back on Dagobah, Luke looks great. He's wearing his Return of the Jedi robes, you know, the black ones.
Where'd he get him?
Exactly.
Right.
So he goes back into the cave again. He gets another shot, and he wins this time. Vader does appear, and he has a freak out kind of vision, and he sees like the Emperor and Leia and whatever could be in the future or whatever. But then Vader disappears for whatever reason, and then he turns around and Han Solo's there, and he's like, "I'm bloody back. It's been 5 years. How you doing?" And he picks up a snake, and he's like, "I'm not afraid of snakes," because he's different than Indiana Jones. They're different characters. They're exactly the same character.
They're exactly the same character in a way. Wait, what was he doing in the last 5 years?
Oh, he was just kind of flittering about, he's still on the run from Jabba the Hutt and whatever.
Why is he back?
Oh, that's right, because he sees Leia on the television and he's like, that's bad news.
Huh.
Han's like, listen, Luke, you probably want to do something stupid. Why don't we bloody go and do something stupid together and...
Let's run away together and
help
get
out.
married.
Yeah, exactly. Before he goes, Yoda's like, heads up, Darth Vader's your father. And Princess Leia's your sister. And Luke's like, wow, that's a lot of knowledge that you've dropped on me, but I appreciate you telling me now, as opposed to me finding this out hanging from a weird rickety bridge.
Missing an arm.
Exactly. So Han's like, look, Luke, whatever dumb thing you want to do, let's bloody go. Let's hit the road. And Yoda's like, hey man, I haven't seen
Thank you.
I haven't seen Coruscant in many parsecs, presumably.
Tons of parsecs.
So many. And he's like, I'm going to come along too. And they're like, oh, all right. So back on Coruscant, the celebrations continue. They eclipse the sun with the Death Star. I guess
fun.
as a show of like, all is well, citizens. This is an apt and positive metaphor for
We're going to darken your whole planet to show
the non-threatening nature of your governmental system. So then Vader turns to the Emperor and he's like, listen, I think something bad's going to happen. And the Emperor's like, shut up. But he was right.
Yeah.
Something really bad is going to happen. So they land the Falcon in the Death Star hangar bay, and Yoda gets out and he walks down to the gantry.
Wait, how did they get in the bloody...
They just fly in, because you can. You just fly in. They would have tractor beamed them in. They've done it before.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And Yoda mind tricks a stormtrooper and he's like, hey, why don't you take me to bloody Tarkin, all right? That'd be pretty good. So they go down to the surface of Coruscant and they march into the throne room or the entrance, the hallway. And do you know those red guards? Remember those red guards?
Return of the
Jedi?
Yeah,
They turn up, but they've all got double-sided lightsabers. So Han and Luke have a bit of a fight. And by a bit of a fight, I mean Luke hurls a double-sided lightsaber and cuts two of those guys in half at the same time. And then Han stabs a guy in the back. So it's pretty brutal. And then they go into the Emperor's throne room and Luke and Leia fight because she's like, I'm all about the dark side or whatever.
Is she wearing the Darth Vader suit?
No, she's wearing like a blackish
Then that
outfit.
prophecy's dumb, isn't it?
They fight for a bit and then Luke drops the knowledge on her at the right time.
Sure.
And they stop fighting.
Sorry, we kissed that time.
And that didn't happen.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
But then he's like, should we kiss now? So they turn to the Emperor and they're like, you can't stop us, we're Jedis, just like our father. And he's like, I bloody can. And he electrocutes them. You know how he does that.
Yeah.
And that, as he's doing that, of course, Vader steps in and grabs the Emperor and there's a bit of a scuffle.
There's a tussle, sure.
But it's mostly just Vader getting electrocuted.
Yeah.
And then Vader's down on his knees. He's like, oh, that did not go well. And Luke and Leia and Han have left. And then you see Yoda pop up on the screen. And he's like, hello, Emperor, it's me, Yoda. You remember me? We had that weird fight in the Senate. We were throwing things at each other. And you tipped over in that chair and I saw your butt. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
That was pretty good. And the Emperor's like, why don't you bloody come down here and bloody face me, eh? Talk a big game. And Yoda's like, oh, yeah, I will. I will come down. I'll be seeing you real soon. Right? So what Yoda does, he takes the entirety of the Death Star that he's driving and smashes it into the Emperor and presumably Vader and literally millions of Imperial citizens. who are just minding their own business and ends the war, sacrificing himself in the greatest way imaginable, as opposed to just fading away.
And a
into
lot
bed.
of innocent people. He sacrificed a lot of innocent
Yeah,
people.
he
as well.
certainly did. And then Luke's like, what a bloody legend. He was good, wasn't he? And then it's the end. They have a ceremony, as you're wanting to do on such an occasion.
So, what I feel we've learned from this is...
Yes.
If Yoda got his ass into gear earlier on, he probably could have saved everyone with no intervention from any of the other characters.
Yeah, it seems that way, yeah.
Yeah.
Who are we to judge, mate? It's a time of war. You do things that you don't necessarily want to do. Though if you look at the comic, he's smiling. He's well into it.
That's right, yeah.
Thank you for watching this, though. We appreciate it. If you want to check out the extended audio edition, you can. I'll link it below. And Mason, you can check it out, even though you were here for it. That's free for you to listen to.
Oh, then I definitely will. I was on the fence, but then freebie.
Fantastic.
It's going to be great.
So yeah, for those who don't know, we also have a podcast called The Weekly Planet. It comes out every Monday. You can check us out there. You don't have to, though, but hey.
It's not all Star Wars.
No.
But let's be honest, it's mostly Star Wars.
Thanks for watching or listening to this, though. We appreciate it.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.